morning, everybody. It's about 10 a.m. Friday morning, February the 2nd, 2024. Sunshine and crew are down here in the Indian Ocean, a couple hundred miles away from Agulhas Point, the southernmost part of South Africa. We've been sailing for, I want to say, the last 2.5 days about, with just the storm jib. For quite a while there, I had it set sheeted flat amidships to get the boat to go more west than north. Now this morning I changed over and went to a regular sheeting angle outboard a little bit. And we're going about northwest because we were down, 36.5 degrees south, something like that. Not as far, I didn't want to go that far south, but it wasn't that bad of a deal because there's a hell of a lot of shipping up to the north of us. All these people running around down there, these big container ships and big bulk carriers, getting around the southern end of South Africa, I suppose. Anyway, the weather right now is pretty nice. It's partially cloudy. There's a lot of sunshine. The wind picked up this morning. Last night, I thought it shifted, but I'm getting this really weird magnetic anomaly, I guess. I don't know what's causing it. But the compass on the boat shows me going northeast about 30 degrees. Yet the GPS is showing me making about 315. Just slightly north of northwest. Noticed that about late yesterday afternoon. Because I'm trying to get the course on the boat set. I'm looking at the compass and, I should be going somewhat northwest. And I go down and look at the GPS and it shows I'm going south of west. But it could not have changed 40 or 50 degrees in the 30 seconds between it getting reading off the compass at the cockpit and going down looking at the charting program on the laptop. So I keep checking it back and forth, and at one point the GPS said I was going 270 degrees due west, and the compass said I was going 30 degrees or north-northeast. That's a discrepancy of 120 degrees between a compass reading and a GPS. I don't know what caused it, but I have noticed that before a couple of places in the Indian Ocean. The other one was way back out there in the middle when we were trying to get to Ghan, the southern end of the Maldives. And also when we entered coming into Phuket. Now I think that one was due to current pushing the boat around, coming between the islands there. But this one, I have no accounting for. It's still doing the same thing. The compass shows us going slightly east of north, and the course is actually a little bit north of west. It's been a wild and crazy ride. Continues. No lack of wind since sometime during the first day from leaving Richards Bay. A couple of times the wind has been down in the 10 and 12 knot range, but by and large it's 20 plus. Right now, once again, the wind is howling through the rigging. That means 35 knots. And of course there's greenies everywhere. White horses on the tops of most of the waves. The seas aren't getting too big because the current and the seas are working together. Even so, occasionally we're still seeing seas in as much as 3 meters. Yesterday afternoon, pretty late, I was down below and Dee Dee was up here in the cockpit, and I could hear the roar because get a growler every once in a while. You know, where the whole face of the wave is cresting over, and the water, the ocean water, makes a noise. It's kind of like a growl. Just got a little sploosh there. Anyway, when we get into port again, which will be Simonstown, we're going to have a big freshwater rinse because the cushions and a lot of our clothes are saturated with salt water. Even our drying up rags. Yesterday, we had a pretty good amount of sunshine and was able to hang some of the rags out of the lifeline. So they almost got dry all the way, but not completely. And of course, when out here sailing in these kind of conditions, and the little wave tops break against the side of the boat and throw spray up over the side of the boat, and inevitably it finds its way into the cockpit. I don't know if you noticed before, but in the background there is our sunscreens. We made new sunscreens in Richards Bay. It took us a day and a half to make 3 new sunscreens. I found some of that black plastic sunscreen mesh at one of the big hardware stores. It was pretty cheap. So I didn't have access to a sewing machine. It's all contact cemented together. And then it's got grommets in here. We spent a little bit of time going around with a needle thread and reinforcing some of the corner patches and things like that. It's holding up quite well, and it knocks down a lot of the spray, but not all of it. When we get those splashes, it's going to cockpit. Anyway, after I get done running my mouth here, I'm going to put the wind block. I got a chunk of foam that helps to block out the windows on the phone. And I'm just going to take some video of the ocean. Now I know the video doesn't do the actual conditions much justice because it tends to flatten out the waves. But if you use your imagination a little, and if you're an experienced sailor, you'll know what you're looking at. Anyway, we're probably, it's always a wild guess, 3 days or so away from Simonstown, depending, of course, on conditions, which have been pretty stable here for quite a few days now. Just sometimes the wind is up, sometimes it's down. Mostly it's sitting around 20 knots. And like I said, right now it's blowing about 35. All we got up is the storm chip. Can't use more than that. Completely overpowers the boat. So that's it. Just checking in with everybody. Have a fun weekend. Hopefully we'll be at Simonstown by Monday or maybe Tuesday, which will make it slightly less than, let's see, Tuesday would be 12 days. For now.